Hello everyone and welcome to the Indie Crew channel. I'm your host Ghost Waffles and today we're going to be taking a look at a fun little game known as Boomerang Foo. This game was released on August 13th, 2020 and was developed and published by Cranky Watermelon. It can be found on PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation and Xbox. I'll specifically be covering the Nintendo Switch version of the game. The pricing varies from console to console in the UK, with the PC version costing £12.79, the Switch version costing £13.99, the PlayStation version costing £11.99 and the Xbox version costing £12.49. In America it's much simpler as the game just costs $14.99 across all consoles. Also note that additional purchases within the game can be made to unlock DLC. Now with all that boring stuff out of the way, let's get into the review, shall we? Boomerang Foo is a unique fighting game where you play as different kinds of food items and battle it out against up to 5 other opponents with a boomerang. You're able to use this boomerang to slice through your opponents, or you can throw it at people to slice them from longer distances. However, once you've thrown your boomerang, you have to call it back, or else you're only able to kick your opponents, which will make them drop their boomerang, but it won't kill them. The objective in the main gameplay mode, Free For All, is to get enough kills or wins to gain points. These points will be recorded on a chart, and whoever is the first to reach up to 10 to 16 points, depending on what you've set the winning amount of points as in the settings, is declared the winner. When I played this game for the first time, I immediately fell in love with it. Its chaotic and hectic gameplay mixed with the boomerang physics left me with a big smile on my face. The controls are incredibly simple since there isn't exactly a lot you can do. You're able to attack with your boomerang, throw your boomerang, and dash, which will help you cross small gaps or make a quick retreat from opponents' attacks. All of these function smoothly. Now as I've already stated, you play as different items of food, ranging from a banana to an avocado to milk to coffee and even to a piece of sushi. None of these different characters have any special attributes, which is a bit of a shame, but they do all admittedly look really cute, I can't lie. You're also able to make them wear little hats which you can unlock by winning rounds. Within the game you're able to face up to 5 bots, or 5 real people as this game supports local multiplayer. Playing with the bots is fine and all, and if you're wanting a real challenge you can change their difficulties. However, where I think this game really shines is with its local multiplayer. I've played this game a ton of times with my friends and every time it's been an absolute blast. It kinda reminds me of Super Smash Bros in that sense. As I've already stated, every round presents a chaotic yet entertaining fight, and having friends around only amplifies this experience. The game has a ton of different maps to keep things fresh, and on these maps is a ton of different gimmicks. For example, you have breakable objects, tall grass that you can hide in, and floors that will crumble beneath your feet, which all helps in keeping rounds feeling unique. I think my favourite of these gimmicks would be the levers. In some of the maps you may spot these levers, and once hit they'll cause something to happen, such as the platform you're on to move, or a big wall to move at high speeds, crushing whoever gets in its way. Additionally, the game also has a wide variety of power-ups that can affect you or your boomerang. You can hold up to 3 of these power-ups, and if you happen to collect a power-up when you already have 3, one of your power-ups will be replaced. Examples of these power-ups are Caffeinated, which gives you a speed boost, Fire Boomerang, which sets your boomerang on fire and creates a fiery trail which if stepped in will set anyone on fire, Multi-Boomerang, which will cause your boomerang to split into many boomerangs when thrown, and Disguise, which allows you to turn into an object within the map if you stand completely still. There's a lot of other unique power-ups, but to keep this video short, I'm only going to be mentioning those and 2 more. My personal favourite of these power-ups was Telekinesis. This power-up allows you to control your boomerang around a large portion of the map when thrown. This just feels really cool and allows for some really impressive kills to be made. However, you have to stay focused whilst using it, because as stated before, you're left mostly defenceless when you don't have your boomerang in hand. You're also unable to move whilst controlling the boomerang, so you can't just dash away quickly if an enemy suddenly appears next to you. My least favourite of these power-ups was most certainly Bamboozled. It literally just inverts your controls. That is all. It exists to be a pain in the arse whilst trying to collect other power-ups. I'm sure you'll be happy to know that Boomerang Foo has different modes to keep its gameplay fresh. Of course we have the aforementioned Free For All, but we also have Team Up, Hide and Seek, and Golden Boomerang. Team Up is pretty self-explanatory. It plays the same as Free For All, except you're on a team with up to 3 players. Hide and Seek is a unique little mode which takes advantage of a disguise power-up. You're placed on a random map and one person is selected at random to be the Seeker. The Seeker must look away from the screen whilst everyone picks a place to hide within the map. By standing still, you'll turn into whatever the closest object to you is. The Seeker then must find all of the hidden players, but they only have around 13 hits to do so. You can gain points by either killing the hiders as a Seeker, or winning the round without being caught as the hider. You can play this one with bots, but I definitely feel that this is more local multiplayer orientated, given that a regular player wouldn't be able to just tell where you are immediately with no indication, unlike a bot. Finally, we have Golden Boomerang. It once again plays like free for all, but this time a golden boomerang spawns within the map. Whoever holds onto it for the longest wins a round and gains a point. Everyone can respawn, and it's probably the most chaotic game out of them all, but I do thoroughly enjoy this. The art style here is so good. It genuinely looks tasty. It looks like I could take a bite out of it and it tastes good. An art style in a video game has never made me feel that way before. Plus, the bright and vibrant colour palette really helps to amplify the game's mood and contrasts really well with the gameplay shown. Additionally, the soundtrack is another big highlight. It doesn't consist of that many songs, but good god, the songs it does contain are on another level. The soundtrack consists of modern electronic music that does a really good job of hyping you up during the matches while sounding really damn good and catchy. I've picked out 6 of the best songs for you to listen to. Just take a listen and I'm sure you'll see what I mean. I think the only real gripe I have with the game is the lack of any online multiplayer. I think it would have been really cool if you were able to go into online matches with other people from your friends list or even just random people across the world, but unfortunately you can't. This, however, doesn't ruin the game for me, as I believe that the local multiplayer more than makes up for this. It's definitely a game I believe is more suited towards playing with a group of friends rather than a couple of randomers online. Now, just before I wrap this up, I do want to dedicate a portion of this review to talking about the 2 DLCs that the game has to offer, those being the Fresh Flavours Pack and Just Desserts Pack. They both cost £2.69 or $4.99 and are both pretty similar, so I'll cover them both at the same time. If you're not a massive fan of the game or only believe that you'll be playing it every few months or so, then I wouldn't recommend buying the DLC. All they really do is add some new characters, costumes, and in the Just Desserts pack some new maps are added. However, they use things from other maps we've seen before in the base game with no new gimmicks, so you're basically just paying for more layouts. And with all that being said, that just about wraps up my review of Boomerang Fu. I'm going to be giving this game a review score of 9 out of 10. This game is incredibly fun and I recommend that anyone with a large friend circle should purchase it. I can't stress enough how fun the game is with friends. The chaotic nature of it makes for a really exhilarating time. Plus, this combined with things like the art style and music just make the game that much better. The only reason it isn't a perfect 10 out of 10 is because, well, it's nothing exactly game changing. It's a simple yet incredibly fun fighting game, and whilst it's not the best indie fighting game ever, I still believe it's one that you should be adding to your indie game collection if it's not a part of it already. Thanks so much to everyone who's still watching. If you're wanting to find a place to see updates about the channel, or you just want to chill with fellow indie game enjoyers, then please consider joining our community Discord server. I also just want to offer up a massive thanks to our wonderful thumbnail artist Miss Textures for their amazing work on this video's thumbnail. Their socials, along with our Discord server, can be found in the description. Thanks for watching, and goodbye for now.